This is Cobra Tom.
And Venom Lily.
And this video is going to be a video about the Tiger Rat. The 25th anniversary Target exclusive Tiger Rat. And we actually have the box to show you. This was only at Target when it was new. And it was at the time of the 25th anniversary release, this was only at Target. And instead of the pilot being Sky Striker, the pilot in this is Wild Bill. And here, it's very difficult to tell, but I do believe that they're in a jungle, they're flying around, they're doing this stuff. You got the tiger, tiger force, tigers and jungles and stuff. So I think that's supposed to be gung-ho, but...
Alright, I'm going to set you guys back down, so you might not be able to see the plane anymore.
That's okay. I just kind of wanted to show sort of that Wild Bill's flying this instead of the original Sky Striker. And up here is what I assume is gung-ho. Here is the other side, and it just kind of shows you a little bit about the plane. You got Wild Bill here. It shows the removable bombs and missiles. It gives you, the gun, the paint job, a bit of just kind of where the stickers went. It talks about the gun and the canopy. So, and it says here, the Tiger Rat is under fire from a super advanced Conquest X-30 jet. But Wild Bill is ready. He slams the engines into vertical mode as his pursuer flies past, putting the enemy fight right in his sights. Now, on the bottom, and I know it's weird why I would start with the bottom, but I would be very careful when you have this toy. This, especially this front one, is really tight, and I am extremely worried about putting it up and down. And even the back wheels are kind of hard and tight and don't always want to go. But that's, it is what it is, I guess.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm going to kind of go over a little bit what this is. Now, this, which does have a finger turn, and that is really, really neat, is a titanium blade, low stall engine fan. And you can kind of, maybe you can't, because my big fat fingers are in the way.
But yeah, you can kind of turn them, see?
Turn them, yep.
Ah, this one won't turn, but this one will. See? Over here. And this one won't turn. Okay, it does turn, but on camera it is shy.
Yes. Next is the carbon titanium plated armor, cockpit, and fuselage skin, which is, here's the cockpit. Now, I'm guessing most of you would understand what a cockpit is, but if you don't, we're not making fun of you. We're just kind of showing you, here's the cockpit. And what they mean, I think, by the titanium fuselage is this part's the titanium part. The Retroflex Xeon engine search. Now this is this thing. And these are lights that you can, that are supposed to kind of go down. They're kind of hard to see. But where those little kind of holes are, you're getting the yellow wash, the color wash of the paint. But those are the searchlights, which is kind of something cool that they added that, I wouldn't have thought of. So,
yeah. So if you saw our last video, We showed you how to put everything together, so please go check that out.
Yeah. And then here, and I'm not exactly sure what they mean by this, the anti-jamming infrared targeting acquisition system. I'm guessing that it's like here that you can target where the enemy is. The twin 40 millimeter the twin 40 millimeter multiple fire cannon. It's this guy, and it goes around, and you can twist it 360 degrees if you just hold it right. The one tiny issue I have is that when you have an action figure in there, and I'm gonna just put Duke in here, these are really small for some reason, and I can't ever seem to get a guy to fit in here, as you can see. So that's not so good. Can you get Kevin Levin?
Okay, so we have a guy that we put in here. I don't know if you've ever watched
Ben 10.
Ben 10, yes. We have Kevin 11 with us here.
Yep. And where a normal 3 3/4 inch G.I. Joe doesn't fit,
You can put him in.
Kevin 11
Does fit.
does fit. Yes, he does fit very well. The other issue that you have with this plane when you're doing it is that Kevin Levin is just sitting in there. So when the gun turns around, he's not turning with it. He's just still sitting there. But you can always pretend, or you could just pretend he's looking at a guiding system on the computer or something, and the machine guns are just following the way he's turning the guns.
I mean, if you wanted, you could just turn to like a stone, or like turn to the airplane.
Yeah. And this is basically the ballistic resilient turret. Ballistic resilient means it's bulletproof. The aluminum airframe carbon composite skin is this here. Can you get those other parts that look like it's got shot? The other part here is the low thrust turbine engines. So that's this here. And this too is also, oh no, it doesn't turn. I thought it turned. I was mistaken. And then this is the 3-part vertical stabilizer. Here's stabilizer 1, 2, and 3. The PLMK-48 radar sensitive cluster bomb system is these red bombs that are combined. They would drop all at the same time on a target. So this side has the same kind of missiles. The EO-118 electrical optical bomb is this one with the with this one-piece design with a sticker on it, and you get 2 of those. Then the low-rad constant scan 2-stage missiles which would come apart in flight. This part shoots off, and when it's in flight, this part gets kicked like a space shuttle, and this is what has the payload in it. The run flat tire illumination alloy wheels are these wheels. They make sense because it's the wheels. Diagnostic computer data link access panel. Is underneath here where the big gun is. And that's kind of how they kind of link up all the information. And the CDY-98, oh, 9B, sorry, nose cannon, which is this here, and this turns. Maybe I can do it where you can actually see it turn. Turn, turn, turn. That's a Gatling gun. Now this plane has the added little bit of a bonus that I actually forgot until actually just right now. And it's got this really cool little feature where you can take pieces of the plane off, and I believe there's one here, and you can make it look like it's getting shot. And I believe the other one is on, yep, it's on this side, which you can still take off. Maybe, if I can take it off. Okay, well, I might just have to do it this way. And the pieces line up, and you make it look like it got shot on this side. Now, we're just gonna do just a quick little thing. I'm going to read the file card, which is actually on the bottom here of the box. I will...
I'll talk about this. You go get what you need.
Okay.
So we have on the bottom of the box, Wild Bill's file card. I will get situated better. Okay. So his code name is Wild Bill. Most people know. His file name is Hardy William B. Primary military specialty, route wing aircraft pilot. Secondary military specialty, fixed wing American aircraft pilot. Birthplace, Brady, Texas. It says that slow talking and easy going Wild Bill. Doesn't let anything shake him up. That's just the first little.
Yep. And Wild Bill here is William Hardy, and there was an old gun western fighter who was named Wild Bill, and he was Wild Bill Hickok, and he was famous for having, and it used to be on his vintage figure, that he'd have guns, and instead of having the handles going to the back, he had them for the front, and that's how he grabbed them. But these figures don't have that kind of sculpting anymore. But he does run around like an old cowboy with a couple of 6-shooters. Keep them kind of in. So you got his 6 shooters here. And his helmet is, I really like that, is removable so that you can give him this old, now I can't ever keep it on very well, but an old Civil War Stetson. And William Hardy, back, the real cowboy, was from the Union Army, and he wore a Stetson like that. Although Stetsons are usually blue and not brown. But he's also supposed to be Wild Bill, a cowboy, and cowboy hats are generally brown. So, and just for a comparison, even though I don't actually have that particular plane, on the back, Tiger Force plane is, its rival is the Python Patrol Conquest. Well, I don't have that Conquest, which, do not get me wrong, is a really, really cool plane. I've seen it with my own eyes. I've seen the real one, and it is really awesome. But I do have the Battle Force 2000 X-36, which is just a copy of the Conquest X-30. So this plane and this plane are supposed to be rivals. So that's pretty cool. I don't think it would actually make a very good rival. I think that the jet plane would be much faster than this VTOL, but you know, you got to use your imagination. And I usually put him, because his hat makes him a little tall, I usually just put his average helmet on, and you kind of flip the cockpit back and slide him in. He is a bit, because he's got the shoulder harness and all that kind of stuff all connected to him, he's a bit wider than the average figure, so putting him in is a tiny bit harder, but you know, not, I mean, it's not impossible to put in either. So there you go. He's in nice and tight. He's not gonna fall out. Even if you had the canopy off, he's not gonna fall out. So thank you for watching our video. I know this is a bit of a long one, but we wanted to give you a good review. This plane is, the reason they had this plane is because it was a recaptured, or it was a captured Cobra plane repurposed to fight Cobra. It's just a reissue of, it's not a straight reissue of the original Tiger Rat. I think this has got a different mold because it's the 25th anniversary, but it uses the almost the exact same parts, exact same missiles and everything as a Rattler. The real plane that it's based on is an A10 Thunderbolt II, and the reason it's got this orangish red and yellow with the actual tiger things are, it's from the NATO Tiger Association to promote solidarity among NATO air forces. And I had to look that up. I have to thank, and please go check his out, because I'm sure his is probably better than ours. But HCC 788 had a great review on this, and I lifted that information from him. I had to, because I didn't know what the plane was and why they'd color it this color. But personally, even though I think a lot of people think it's kind of ugly because it's red and it's yellow and it's bright and everything, I really do like it. I think it's really cool.
Yeah. Okay, thanks for watching. See you next time.
Bye.